Run by the 2 Michelin-starred chef Jean-Georges and housed outside the luxurious The Mark Hotel, where rooms can go for thousands a night, is what may just be the fanciest hot dog cart in NYC. I had to find out for myself if the hot dogs from the Mark's Hot Dog Cart could stand out in a city where hot dogs are seemingly available on every corner. Before the review, I would like to mention that this video is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace is an all-in-one website platform that's designed to help you stand out and succeed online. It doesn't matter if you're just starting out or scaling your business, Squarespace gives you what you need to claim your domain, grow your brand, get paid, and showcase your offerings with a professional website. Now, I've always wanted my own website, but truth be told, I was intimidated by the whole process. Thankfully, with the cutting-edge design tools Squarespace provides, I was able to get my own website up and running in what felt like no time at all. I took advantage of the library of award-winning and professionally designed templates to make my website shine. One feature that I'm particularly interested in is having an online store. I'm thinking of selling prints of my photography. Squarespace provides everything you need to sell products, services, or both, with easy online payments and built-in tools to simplify your workflow and give customers a seamless shopping experience. With that being said, head on over to squarespace.com/JamesAndrews for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, use offer code James Andrews to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. So once again, thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video, and now on to the review. It's a beautiful day today here in New York City. Right now I'm at Central Park and I'm just relaxing after having had a pretty good lunch. I wanted to keep things casual today, so I got hot dogs from a hot dog cart, but it wasn't just any hot dog cart. That cart was run by a 2 Michelin-starred chef, and it's housed in a hotel where if you wanted to stay there, it would cost you over $1,000 a night. With that being said, I went to Jean-Georges Hot Dog Cart at the Mark Hotel. Now, I've always been intrigued by that cart. I mean, anytime a Michelin-starred chef tries their hand at casual food, it interests me. Plus, their hot dogs look great, and I kind of wanted to save a bit of money this week, even though that hot dog cart is definitely above average in terms of price. Still, it's a hell of a lot cheaper than some of the other restaurants I've gone to lately. So I thought today would be a good day to check it out. Plus, I believe it's a seasonal restaurant that's only open during the warmer months, and so far this summer, the weather has been terrible. It's either been so hot or rainy. Today, it's not that bad out. With that being said, this was my lunch at what might just be the fanciest hot dog stand in NYC. The Mark's Hot Dog Cart is located on the Upper East Side, right in front of the hotel. The setup is the product of Chef Jean-Georges, who is responsible for a number of restaurants across NYC, including his namesake 2 Michelin-starred Columbus Circle establishment. In fact, the chef lent his hand to a couple of other restaurants within the Mark Hotel. Now, the Mark is quite the spot. I looked up what it would cost to stay in the establishment, and the prices were eye-watering. In fact, the hotel's penthouse cost a staggering $35,000 a night. Taking that into account, a hot dog stand in a way makes sense. Frankly, I can't imagine the Mark's guests would have much money left over to purchase anything other than street cart hot dogs. For my lunch, I arrived to the cart a bit after 1 o'clock on a Tuesday, but apparently, at least according to the hotel's website, the cart opens as early as 9 a.m. Now, I've never had the desire of having hot dogs for breakfast, but I like having that option. In terms of the menu, it's limited. One can either get beef or chicken hot dogs along with a Mark baseball cap and a fun-looking dog toy. I decided to get 2 dogs, one with beef and the other with chicken. The man at the cart first toasted a pair of buns and then began assembling my lunch. The cart has all the standard hot dog condiments, including some unique ones like kimchi and chipotle mayo. I wanted to get my money's worth, so I got both of my hot dogs with everything except for ketchup. I am from Chicago after all. I also have to mention just how nicely the hot dogs were assembled. From a presentation standpoint, they definitely were a step above from the typical street vendor offerings. After my hot dogs were prepared, it was time to pay the bill. Since I decided to pay by card, I was presented with a nice leather-bound binder containing the receipt. Yeah, you're not getting that in Times Square. The bill totaled to $12, but I also gave a $3 tip since the man at the cart was very nice and allowed me to film him assemble my lunch. In total, those 2 dogs set me back $15. So I got my hot dogs and I walked about a block over here to the outskirts of Central Park. I'm seated on a nice bench and I got a decent view of Fifth Avenue with 2 good-looking hot dogs in front of me. I'm feeling good. So I don't think the hot dog stand offers any beverages. Luckily, I have New York's finest tap water here in my trusty water bottle. All right, let's eat. All right, I got my hot dogs first. I think I got to start off with the classic, the beef sausage. Looks great. Both of them look really good. I'm super excited about this. Cheers. Damn, that's good. There's a lot going on here and it all works. To put it simply, that beef hot dog contained nearly everything that I could want in a hot dog. So the beef hot dog is so good. Regarding the meat, you can definitely tell it's of a higher quality. It's juicy, it has a nice snap to it, it just hits all the marks. Normally, I like hot dogs that are grilled as I appreciate the resulting texture. However, the Mark's hot dogs worked because they were juicy and of good quality. All right, gonna try the chicken now. It's a bit of a thicker hot dog, but it looks just as good as the beef one. Here we go. That's really good. Damn, I like that. The chicken hot dog was fantastic and had a great savory flavor. In fact, it was probably slightly juicier compared to the beef, likely because it was a thicker sausage. So the chicken hot dog, I think it's just as good as the beef. Honestly, I'm struggling deciding which is better. I like both, and I kind of like having 2 hot dogs to get that nice variety. I definitely appreciated the 2 different flavor profiles provided by the chicken and beef dogs, but what the toppings contributed was the same. Regarding the toppings, they're great, and I think they're one of the main reasons why the hot dogs from the Mark really stand out besides the good quality meat. I just love the kimchi on the hot dogs. It just adds such a nice spice and acidity and funkiness. It is so good, but the reality is it's perfectly balanced with all the other components. Now, kimchi isn't for everyone, but I loved how that topping was offered as it gave the hot dogs from the Mark even more character. Just biting into one of the hot dogs, met with so many different flavors and sensations. There's sweetness, savoriness, spiciness, acidity. It is an all-around party in my mouth. Of course, besides the meat and toppings, there's the buns. Regarding the buns, they're solid. They're nothing special, but they get the job done. I think they might be Martin's potato rolls. I'm not sure on that, but it wouldn't surprise me if they were. Considering the quality of the meat and the unique toppings, that equated to be a satisfying lunch. While in terms of hot dogs, the iconic Papaya King may reign supreme on the Upper East Side, I really appreciated the sort of luxurious take offered by the Mark's Hot Dog Cart. Now, the price may be slightly above average, but not by much. In fact, I saw a Nathan's Hot Dog Cart that very day offering a simple hot dog for $5.99. I am finished. Now those were 2 damn fine hot dogs. I really enjoyed that, more than I thought I would, but I'm still a little hungry. I probably should have gotten an extra hot dog, but whatever. Still, there's room for dessert. While I enjoyed those 2 hot dogs, my sweet tooth was calling, so I headed further north on the Upper East Side to Glace. I've actually been to Glace before to try one of their extravagant hot chocolates, which was what made the spot famous. Since then, Glace has expanded their storefront to include candy, which can also be used as toppings for their ice cream. Regarding their ice cream, their sundaes sounded great. Ultimately, I chose the Cookie Smash Sundae, which consisted of cookie au chocolat ice cream and a hell of a lot of cookies. I thought that the creation was excellent. The ice cream was filled with flavor and had a nice consistency. Plus, there was just the right amount of cookies that were properly distributed throughout the concoction. Now that was some good ice cream. For me, that just perfectly hit the spot. So that was a good lunch. I really enjoyed that. Plus that ice cream was awesome. After that ice cream, I did pick up coffee. Now it is Starbucks, but I did have a gift card and I need my caffeine. Regarding the hot dogs from the Mark Haute Dog Cart, I love them. They lived up to the hype. They were fantastic. Now the price was definitely above average compared to the typical NYC street vendor, but to me, the price was justified. Simply put, the hot dogs from the Mark were 10 times better than what you'd get on your average Manhattan street corner. Considering the fact that you're getting a dish from a 2 Michelin starred chef at a luxurious Upper East Side hotel that is only maybe a buck or two more than your typical street vendor, that's a deal. Frankly, I'm kind of surprised that the hotel isn't charging more for the hot dogs. I mean, it's like 20 bucks for a damn bowl of cereal at your average hotel these days. To sum it up, the hot dogs at the Mark's hot dog stand are awesome and I definitely recommend it. In conclusion, I certainly had a fine lunch today with good hot dogs and good ice cream. I'm happy.